Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Hi guys,
Hi.
welcome to the stream. Good
Welcome,
evening.
guys.
Thank you very much for joining us. Shall we hope you're all well. We hope you had a good Monday. And that
Right,
you
today's Monday.
today is in fact Monday.
I
Yeah. So we
didn't
hope you had a good
realize.
Monday and you got some work done. If that's your thing in this period. Shall we do some introductions? Just in
Right.
case we have students who don't know us.
Yes. So my name is Sahar. I was born. I wanted to say something funny, but never mind. In San
Oh no,
Francisco.
say it.
No, I wanted to just change the geography, but then
Oh, okay.
we
You
was
can't
born in San
invent this
Francisco.
part, Saha.
Everyone thinks I'm from Pakistan because my surname is Pakitinat, in fact. But I'm actually from Iran. And my favorite, I actually really want to visit Mongolia. I don't know why. I have this urge right now to visit Mongolia.
Well, don't visit it right now.
I don't think they have any cases.
They're in complete lockdown.
Really? In
Mongolia's
Mongolia?
completely shut.
Okay, never mind. I mean,
Yeah.
it is close to China.
And so are you, so you
But I
can't
was
go
thinking,
anywhere either.
there's a desert and then they're nomads. So how is that even? Who gets in
I don't
contact with
understand. Yeah, I don't know, but I saw on a map that Mongolia's in complete lockdown. I think it was
them?
Mongolia, but anyway, I'd like to visit Mongolia as well. I've wanted to visit Mongolia for a long time because of
Yeah,
the
you too.
nomads and because they have wild horses.
Oh, you
Or
like
like
horses?
yeah, and like the nomads travel around with their herds of horses. So
Ooh.
that's really nice and romantic.
Mhm.
We have a introduction from Clara. Hi, I'm Clara and I'm Sicilian, but I live in Parma and I'm a student from Myes Parma. Nice,
Yeah,
Clara.
but
Hi, welcome.
you come from the best place in which there is food.
Sicily.
Sicily.
Also Parma, though. I mean,
Also Parma. Yeah, so very lucky.
Parma's
Damn.
pretty damn good, but yeah, Sicily. We are a big fans of Sicily.
Love
Sicily took
Sicily.
very good care of us.
Mhm.
On the other hand, I'm Sophia. I come from London, but I live in Bologna. I've lived here for 4 years and I work at my English school in Bologna Mille, and I've worked there now for 1 year and a half. And yeah, I'm 28 years old and I will be 29 in 5 days.
Oh, happy. Oh, no, I don't say. Oh, no, we don't say
Not
that.
yet.
Take it back.
Right.
All right.
Clara says, yes, they are both good. Let's make it plural, Clara. Go both good places to eat
Yes,
delicious food. Nice.
exactly. So, talking about food, what are you
Ooh,
having for dinner?
yes, that is our
Clara and everyone
question.
else.
Clara says to me, how are you celebrating your birthday at home? Oh, Clara, that's such a sweet question. Thank you. I hope that my boyfriend will make me a cake. I
Yeah.
may assist in the making of this cake. We'll see. And that's it. I'm gonna
What kind of
blow.
cake would you like?
Probably chocolate cake. That's my favorite. Um, we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a
Okay.
birthday surprise this time, but probably just have a
That's
cake
nice.
and a normal day otherwise. Yeah,
Oh
it'll
no,
be
you have to
interesting.
celebrate the whole week. No.
So, like
It's
from
not just one
today?
day. Yes, it's not just
Yeah.
one day. It's the whole week.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. We'll start making cake from today. Yes, chocolate cake, Clara. That's my idea. So yeah, what are you having for dinner? Let us know in the comments. What are you having for dinner tonight, Sahar?
Saha. It's okay. So you can even call me Sassy at this point.
Oh,
I
call you
never told
Sahar.
you
That's your
that
name.
actually. It's my nickname. People
I've
call me
noticed.
that.
I've seen it in some places.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I will prepare a tortilla, the Spanish one with potatoes, eggs, and that's it. Yeah, potatoes, eggs. Oh, and onions.
Oh wow, that sounds delish. And does it
Yeah.
go in the oven?
No, you just put it in the pan and cook it there.
Okay, so it's like a piadina sort of thing. but
Oh
it's a
no.
tortilla.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like the
It's like
idea, the way you cook it is like a piadina.
exactly the way you cook it.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, it's a completely different thing. I'm talking about the method, not the
The thing.
ingredients.
Yeah.
Clara says, I have not decided what to eat yet this evening. Nice, good answer. But
Mhm.
I think I'll make grilled chicken with some vegetables. That's really nice. Marty just throws in their pizza.
Oh
It's
God.
like everybody's calm talking about tortillas, and Marty just pizzas.
But
Nice.
are you making the pizza or are you ordering the pizza?
Good question. And also, what is going on the pizza? What toppings will you have? You can't just, Marty, you can't say pizza and not elaborate. You have to tell us details.
Maybe she means pineapple pizza.
I
Oh my
don't think.
God,
I think
pineapple
Marty's
pizza.
Italian. I don't think she means pineapple pizza.
What about you, Sophia? What are you having for dinner?
I'm having leftovers, which I think is a wonderful word to write in the chat and which
Yeah,
people need to know.
really,
Leftovers. So
leftovers.
Um, whenever I cook, I make extra food.
Hmm.
This is a habit that I have taken from my mother and from my grandmother. When we cook, we
Hmm.
make extra. So
Really?
always, always, always.
Why?
So why? So that you can have leftovers. So that when you finish work at 9 p.m. and you don't know what to cook, you can just take the food from the fridge, heat it up. Maybe we can write heat up as well.
Hmm.
And your dinner is ready. So I'm having leftovers. Marty says, I ordered pizza 10 minutes ago, and for sure not pineapple pizza. Nice, Marty. Well, bon appetit for when your pizza comes.
Yeah.
Um, we wish you hadn't told us,
No,
honestly, because
definitely.
now we know that while we are doing this, I'm trying to do while we are doing this webinar, you will be eating pizza. And we know this now and we don't like it.
Yeah, so you're basically gonna watch us and eat pizza like a
Yeah.
cinema. I'm so jealous.
Yeah. Mm, we're not happy about that.
Okay, but then you didn't answer. What's the topping? So it's not
But
pineapple.
not pineapple, but that leaves a lot of space for
Mhm.
possibilities.
What's your favorite topping, Sophia?
I like contadina, so it's got
Hmm.
sausage and onion,
Yeah.
and often I add also aubergines to this. So my favorite topping is
Wow,
onion, aubergine, and sausage together.
it's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's my favorite topping. What's
Mm.
your favorite topping?
For me, instead is but not sausages. Oh God, no, it is sausage.
Like salami?
Salame.
Salami, okay.
Oh God, it's the same because I
No,
also
it's not
like.
the
Oh,
same.
okay, no, because
It's
you
not the
like.
same. Salami is the it's spicy, but sausage is not
Yeah.
spicy.
Okay, okay. So no, I like salami and aubergines,
Okay, nice,
and
good.
maybe like grana on
That's
top of
also
it.
really good.
And
Clara
Clara, yeah,
says, I'm used to cooking more food when I go to work so that I have some leftovers to eat. Nice. Good job, guys.
yeah,
Okay,
good job.
shall we look at our focus for today?
Yes, let's have a look
Okay,
here. So today we're doing achievement. Only one
excellent.
achievement.
Let's look at our objectives. Well, Marty says, I've chosen vegetarian pizza. Um, can I confess something? I honestly do not think I have ever eaten a vegetarian pizza in my life.
You always had meat on the pizza?
Unless it's a margarita, but otherwise, I never choose a pizza which has only grilled vegetables or like I will have a margarita or a bufala, but
Yeah, but
otherwise it
not
will
with
all
vegetables only.
no, like if there's going to be vegetables, there also has to be meat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, let's
I don't
try it.
know.
It's good, actually.
Oh, maybe I will. Maybe I will.
Mhm. It
All
has
right.
courgettes.
Also,
Hmm.
so shall I read the objectives?
Go ahead.
Okay, so in this focus activity, we will discuss success. We will look at some idioms about accomplishments. Accomplishments is a synonym for achievements. So something that you have managed to do with a lot of hard work. And we will look at We might have time to look at phrasal verbs without, but we might not. Okay, let's go on to our first activity.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. So,
We have some questions. Do you want to read them to her?
okay, the first one. How do people become successful? What does it take?
Wow, I'm getting serious deja vu. If anyone was with us 2 hours ago, we probably have done the topic, we have discussed the success to death at this point.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
and I think we found the formula for success. We said hard work,
Luck?
optimism, and luck. Yes, the
Mhm.
three key things to be successful. Um,
Yeah.
what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. How do people become successful? Is it more hard work or is there some luck, some chance involved as well?
Hmm. So, in the meantime, how do you think people become successful? Even though I already know you answered this
Yeah,
previously.
basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. By studying hard and by working hard and by having an objective, I think.
I
By
think
having,
the most important, maybe it's the objective itself.
yeah, like visualizing, knowing what you want. I think if you, though, I mean, a lot of people can become successful by accident. Like you don't really know what you want, but in the meantime, you manage things.
Yeah,
But do you
exactly.
feel successful? Let's not get into this again.
All right, all right. So, in the meantime, if you guys want to answer the
Yeah,
first
let us know. Uh,
question, we can go ahead to the second one,
hmm,
which is exactly the same as the one before.
how do you measure success?
How do
Well,
you measure
we had a
success?
really nice answer to this question in our previous focus, didn't we? Um,
I don't
one,
remember.
one student said that we can measure success by the number of people we have around us who love us.
Yeah.
It's really nice. So measuring success by the number of friends we have, by or maybe not the number of friends because you can have hundreds of friends, but by the quality of our relationships, I think is a nice way of measuring success.
Yeah.
Mm. I'm gonna.
And yeah, I also believe that. Yeah. The quality of friends that we have, how many people we have like the kind of people we have surrounding us. It's very
Yeah,
nice.
absolutely.
Let's
Let's see
see
some
here.
answers. Marty says, I think that it's important to have good habits, improve your personal development. Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
Um, just having focus, having personal objectives, that success can be something you feel inside. It's not necessarily external. Yeah.
Exactly. And Clara?
Says, yes, I agree. It's important. Let's have, Clara, it's important to work hard. Let's use the
Mhm.
infinitive, to work hard. But being lucky is a must have. Nice word. Good job. It's mandatory because sometimes a person can work hard, but to not have success, not to have success due to the contest. Yeah, it's true. Maybe you are in competition with other people and you work hard and you work hard, but there's always somebody who's better than you. So you need,
Unfortunately, yeah.
yeah, if that's how you measure success. But maybe success isn't a competition, it's something that's personal to you. So
Mhm.
it depends on how you see it. And then we've got this question again, the same one.
Yeah.
Who,
So, yeah,
go
go
on.
ahead. I go.
Yeah, you go.
Who is the most successful person you know? What makes them successful?
Mm, okay.
Shall we say the same answers or shall we change them?
Oh no, we can say the same answers. I don't think I did. Oh no, I did answer last time.
You did, yeah.
Okay, so let's say our answers while our students respond in the comments. Who is the most
Mhm.
successful person that you know, Sahar?
So, as I said before, it's my granddad because when during the Islamic Revolution, after we had the dictatorship in Iran, he lost everything, and I'm saying like all of his business because of the regime. And even though he hit rock bottom we say,
That's
to
a nice
hit
expression.
rock bottom.
Yeah, so you go to the lowest possible point in your life where you have absolutely nothing is to hit rock bottom.
Mm, exactly. He managed to lift himself up again, start over again, and it didn't happen once. It happened multiple times. And even though it kept on happening, he was steady as a rock and said, "No, I'm not taking this. It's not happening." So it was
Yeah.
very persistent, which I love. I always think about my granddad.
Yeah, very persistent person, very
Mhm.
steady.
Stubborn.
Huh?
He's very stubborn.
Also stubborn. Yeah, I think stubborn is
Yeah.
the negative version of persistent. When it's
Yeah.
positive, it's persistent. When it's negative, it's stubborn, but it's the same
Mhm.
thing, essentially. Yeah.
Exactly. And what about you, Sophia?
Well, for me, as I said before, I consider my friend Sophie from the UK. We went to high school together, and I consider her to be very successful because since we left high school, so for the last 10 years, Sophie has traveled all over the world and she has lived in many different countries. She lived in Germany, she lived in Sweden, in Austria. She lived in the Far East, so in Japan, in Korea, in South Korea, in Taiwan. She lived in Mongolia. She's traveled very, very much. She's done many different jobs, and she makes friends everywhere she goes, and also manages to stay in contact with all of these friends, which is fantastic. And yeah, for me, that she's very successful in living this life that she wanted to live. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would say her. It's a different kind of success, though.
Yeah. Do
Marty,
you still keep in contact with her?
yeah, absolutely. We talked yesterday.
That's
Yeah, now,
sweet.
yeah, she was in Russia and now she's in Ireland.
Wow, incredible.
This is Sophie's
Yeah.
life. Like every few months, she's somewhere else. Clara has a response, and also Marty. It's difficult to
Oh,
reply
sorry. Let's go to Marty for. Yeah.
first. We'll go in order. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know who is the most successful, but the first that comes to my mind is a woman who always focuses on happiness and positive things. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's nice. Maybe just being happy and being positive is shows that you are successful sometimes.
Yeah.
Clara says it's difficult. Let's make the superlative, one of the most successful
Yes.
people, we'll make it plural. One of the most successful people I know is my mum, who reaches her objectives despite many difficulties. Yeah, that's nice. That's really good. A good
Mm-hmm. That's so sweet. Yes, exactly. Like, I think when we talk about success, a person who can overcome
answer.
difficulties, to overcome verb, it means like if you have a problem, you go around it, you try to.
Confront it.
Yeah, exactly.
Marty says maybe you know her. She's Mel Robbins. Um, I don't know who Mel Robbins is. Is she an actress or let us know who she is? I haven't heard of her. So
Surpass, to go around the problem or surpass it.
hmm. Let us know, Marty, who Mel Robbins is because I've never heard of her.
Let
Oh,
me see. Mel Robbins.
are you going to look it up?
She's a television host actually.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like a talk show host.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Basically. And also Oprah is a
Oh
very
yeah, they're a
successful
successful
person.
person. Yeah,
Have
absolutely.
you like known about her situation?
No,
Like her past?
no, I haven't.
Oh,
I don't
her
know
past
much
is
about.
so sad.
Yeah. No, I don't know much about her, unfortunately. I know that she's very famous and she's very influential,
Mhm.
but I don't know much about her personal life.
Yeah. I
Very,
love these stories of people that come from nothing
yeah,
and arrive at such high levels that everyone knows them.
yeah.
There
In,
was this Iranian football player. He was actually the goalkeeper.
Okay.
for the World Cup last year. Was the World Cup last year?
I don't follow football. I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, I think it was last year. And his story was so sad. He was basically the son of shepherds,
Okay.
and not even from the big city, but from around it. When he was a kid, he played with rocks because he had
Oh my
nothing.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
he
he
became,
became
yeah,
a player for the national team. That's incredible. In
exactly.
fact, in this focus, we're going to look at many idioms and many expressions to describe this kind of story. Shall we go on
Mhm.
to our next slide?
Yes. Okay. So this one we
We have,
really can't do it because we need to watch the video.
so we'll skip this.
Oh.
Marty says she's American. She's a motivational speaker. Oh, yeah, that
Oh.
makes sense. A motivational speaker. Nice.
I mean, she if she managed to reach success, she would like to share
Yeah.
her thoughts. Hmm.
Let's see. We've got a text on the left, and on the right we have some expressions to talk about achievements and success. So we have. I will read them.
Hmm.
Rags to riches, move up in the world, leaps and bounds, come a long way, ahead of the pack, front runner and top dog. So as we said, on the left is the text. We'd like you to try in the comments to complete the gaps in the text with these phrases. And you're doing that, shall we do some vocabulary, Sahar?
Let's have a look at the vocabulary. Yes.
Absolutely. So let's start with rags to riches. Do you want to
Mhm.
explain what rags are, Sahar?
So, rag is what the kind of thing that we use to clean maybe the kitchen. It's something everyone has in their kitchen. So, for example, you're making sauce and it spills all over the place, you use the rag to clean it off, for
Yeah.
example.
So
Or
essentially,
even, yes?
no, I was going to say just like a piece of material, a piece of fabric, which you can use to clean.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So,
what would
rag.
and but we can also use it to talk about our clothes. So if your clothes are rags, it
Hmm.
means that they are very old. Maybe they are torn. They are in pieces. So it's like wearing just pieces of fabric together. Very old clothes with maybe many holes.
Victorian poverty.
Yeah. So from rags to riches, maybe thinking about clothes when you go from being in a poor situation to a very rich situation.
Mhm.
Um, okay,
Like the
move up.
story that I said. So basically, the goalkeeper that goes
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
nothing to being the goalkeeper for the national team.
This is a perfect rags to riches story.
Yeah.
If we look at leaps and bounds, a leap
Ah.
and a bound, you need to think about an animal. Think about an animal like a wolf or a lion or a tiger, a deer, some kind of wild animal which is also quite fast. A leap or a bound is a jump, essentially. So if something happens in leaps and bounds, it means that it happens very, very quickly,
Mhm.
okay, by jumping from one step to the other. So we can say that a project or a story moves in leaps and bounds. It moves very quickly. What else
Mhm.
can we explain?
Ahead of the pack.
Yeah, ahead of the pack. Attention of this one because the pack is not a pack of cigarettes or a pack of pencils or a pack of biscuits. We're actually talking again about animals. What animals are we thinking of? What do
Wolves.
Yeah, wolves, dogs, any animal that is related to a dog, the family,
Mhm.
the group is called a pack. So if you're ahead of the pack, it means that you are the leader. You are the first one in this group.
Yes, and also it's very. I love wolves as animal, like the animals, and they have this. They have this idea of a pack, of a group. They have it more than other animals actually. So there's always the leader of the pack.
exactly. But everyone else in the pack is like a family. They work as a
Mhm.
team.
They
The
protect them.
And a very similar one to this is top dog. Again, the top dog
Mhm.
is the leader of the pack, the boss of
Mhm.
the group.
Yeah, someone who has the position of authority.
Okay, so in the comments, let us know. We'll go through it slowly together. Let us know in the comments what you think is the correct phrase to use in each gap. So, shall we look at the first one? Jane has in her career. I think we need a verb.
She has exactly
So Jane has, I would say, either moved up in the world or come a long way. But Jane has moved up in the world in her
in her
career.
career. It's a
Hmm,
little bit.
repetitive, maybe.
Yes,
So shall we say Jane has come a long way in her career? I think that sounds good.
exactly. She has come a long way. It means that she had a very long journey, a lot of experiences.
Absolutely, I agree.
hmm
What about the next one? Do you want to
At,
read it?
yeah, okay. At the moment, she is there for an important promotion at work. So
Hmm.
she is the.
We have
Oh,
the, so probably we need a noun at this point. We need a thing. So she is the maybe front runner or top dog, I would say, for this one. But which
mm,
one goes better? She is the top dog. She's the front
the
runner.
front
Okay.
runner. Usually, when we say front runner, it's also using for during competitions.
Yeah, it's true.
Not physical competitions, more like an exam, a public exam, or a
Promotion.
job position.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
Think about in fact, a race. Maybe in the Olympics, people are running a race. The front runner is the person who is first.
Also in
So
politics, for
yeah,
example.
absolutely. So if you imagine her and her colleagues running a race, she is in front. Good
Mhm.
job,
Good
Marty.
job, Martina.
Jane says it is both her work ethic. I'm sure you understand work ethic. It's your determination at work and her positive attitude that put her at her workplace, the place where she works. Um, Hmm. Maybe here an adjective that put her, I would say here,
I would say
what
ahead of the pack
I think
at
I
her.
agree. Yeah, because we've got the adjective that put her ahead of the pack at her workplace. So again, in front of everyone else.
Mhm.
Nice. Um,
Jane grew up in a poor family, so her success is a true
mm,
story.
story.
So in this case, you can think about it logically. If she grew up in a poor family and now she's successful,
And
this
she's
is a
looking to have a big promotion at work, maybe more money.
it's a true rags to riches story.
Story. Yeah, absolutely. I think when you think about rags to riches, the classic example of this kind of story is Cinderella.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Cinderella who starts in rags, very poor, cleaning for her sisters, and who then meets the prince and becomes a princess. This is the typical rags to riches story.
Yeah, Clara knew it all along.
Jane admits that it feels great to and have more money and status, but she also believes that her greatest achievement is her courage.
Mhm.
Hmm,
So in this case, we need a verb.
we need a verb. It feels great to leaps? No, because here leap is a noun, it's not a verb.
Mhm.
Clara has an answer. Shall I
Very
bring it up?
good.
Nice,
Exactly.
Clara. I agree. Feels great to move up in the world.
Mhm.
Do you want to read the next part?
Yes, her confidence has grown in over the past several years.
Okay, so what do we think for this one? Her confidence has grown. I think we mean to say that her confidence has grown very quickly or in a very big, exaggerated way
Mhm.
over the past several years. What do we think?
Yes.
Shall we take
So,
down the banner as well
yeah,
so Clara
exactly.
has
Very good, Clara.
in
Exactly.
leaps and bounds?
Tips and
And then the last one, whether she becomes the top dog, so the boss, the number one at work or not, Jane feels she has achieved her own version of success.
yes, which is the most important version of success.
Oh, I absolutely agree. After our conversations this evening, I agree that your own version of success is the important one.
Exactly. Very
Okay,
good,
shall
Clara and
we
Martina.
move on?
Let's move on here. So, I'm gonna read this part. Measuring success. How is success being measured with the following idioms?
Mhm.
In relation to others, in relation to somebody's past, from a starting point in the past to the present moment.
Nice. On the right, we have the same idioms that we saw before. For
Mhm.
each one, we're going to decide how we are measuring success. Is it comparing to other people, comparing to your own past, or is it comparing like a career or a journey? So not necessarily from your past, but in a smaller sense of your work or your career. Hmm.
Mhm. Exactly.
So,
So let's begin from the column, the right side, I mean.
leaps and bounds.
Leaps and bounds.
I think this has it's connected to time, right? Leaps and bounds. It's like
Exactly.
it's a big change, it's a big move in a small amount of time. So possibly three, I'm going to
Mm-mm-mm.
say. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree. It's
Yeah.
actually three because from starting point to the present moment,
Okay.
because we're
Nice.
talking about time, exactly.
Clara has an answer for number one. She says top dog and front runner. And I think, Clara, you're absolutely correct because they both
Yeah,
compare you to other people. One more as well, which I think compares with other people.
yeah, but
Talking
that's
about the team. We'll go in order. Yeah.
yeah, let's go in order. So let's have a look at the idiom and tell us what you think about that idiom. So, for example, rags to riches is
Okay, well, rags to riches, if we look at our examples, we had Cinderella, who in the past was poor and then became a princess, or the footballer who was playing with rocks when he was a child because he was so poor, but then became a famous celebrity. So for this one, I would say it's connected to your own personal story, your past, right?
exactly. So it's number two in relation to somebody's past.
Mhm. Let's see if Clara was correct with front runner.
So front runner, exactly.
Number one, nice job, Clara. Really good.
People, very good. And this one, move up in the world.
That could be two or three.
Exactly. I was thinking the same, two or three.
Hmm. But maybe move up in the world has more also a sense of your entire story from when you were a child. It's not too restricted. So I would
Yeah,
say maybe two for this one.
exactly. Very
Okay.
good, Sophia.
No, thank you. I actually don't know these answers, so I really am doing this with our students right now.
Uh,
Let's see if Clara was right with top dog.
she was very good.
It's nice. So again, we're comparing ourselves with other people, and compared to the rest of our team, we are the number one, the top dog. Oh no, Marty's pizza arrived.
Now you can have pizza and watch us.
Ah, have pizza and watch us, Marty.
Maybe
It's
send us
okay.
a picture.
Bye, Marty.
Okay.
Enjoy your pizza.
Have fun. Watch a
Yeah,
good movie.
bye.
Bye bye.
Let's go on to come a long way. So I imagine that this is talking about a career from the past to the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
three. Okay, nice.
And
Uh,
the last one, the most difficult. Yeah,
yes,
very good, Clara. Come a long
way
way. It's 3.
through.
The last
Then
one.
ahead of the pack, I would say again, we've got our team or our family, we've got the other people that we are working with. We are
Mm-hmm.
ahead of them. So I would say also for this one, number one in relation to others. Do you agree, Sahar?
Yeah,
Good. Okay.
that's good. That's great. All right, so let's continue here.
Remember
Mm-mm.
that during this webinar, if you see any words that you don't understand, any expressions that are you have doubts about, you can always ask us and we will try to
Of
clarify.
course, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at some questions. Have you ever read a book or watched a film about a rags to riches story? Explain the story. Well, I mentioned Cinderella, and one of my favorite stories is Harry Potter, and I think this is also, well, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a rags to riches story, but it's definitely about a person who begins in a very bad circumstance and improves his life very much.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
I love Harry Potter.
though I have to admit, a lot of the time in Harry Potter, it doesn't feel like he is physically doing something to change his life. Like things happen to him and he just kind of,
Literally,
yeah,
exactly.
things happen to him, literally like a giant breaks down his door and says, right, you're going to magic school. So I don't know how much.
Yeah, what do you think? Like, do you think he would have ever changed if if Hagrid hadn't arrived?
I don't know because I feel like I said he reacts to the situations around him, but he doesn't really take the initiative very much, does he?
Yeah.
So I don't
And it's
know
like,
if
okay, there's Voldemort.
yeah, I
Okay.
don't know if it counts as a rags to riches story.
No.
Another one?
I'm thinking of another one actually. God. Oh
Let
God,
us,
I know so many, but right now I forgot all
of
of them.
course, yeah. Let us know as well in the comments any rags to riches stories that you remember. Maybe a
Oh,
book that you're
Ronaldo.
really Ronaldo?
Oh,
Why?
I don't think he was completely poor, but he was orphan. And he came from this family, Portuguese, but not from inland Portugal, from the islands in the
Okay,
Atlantic Ocean. And he was orphan from since he was very young, actually.
okay.
And yeah, so I think he was poor, to be
Yeah,
quite honest. And then he became, as we know, Ronaldo.
yeah.
My
Okay,
mom actually loved him because my mom watches football only when there's the World Cup, exactly
okay.
like me. And while I always love Messi, she's in love with Ronaldo. So we have to ask her about the Ronaldo's history.
Yeah, Clara has an answer. She says, I think that's, you don't need the Clara. Are you from Lombardy? It's not the Steve Jobs, it's just Steve Jobs, okay? It's a name, so we don't need the article. I think that Steve Jobs story could be a
Mhm.
rags to riches story. Um, let's change it. He was
Yeah.
adopted, wasn't he? Um, I don't know if Steve Jobs was adopted, but I don't know much about Steve Jobs' story. But maybe this is a
He
rag
wore
story.
very nice turtlenecks.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I heard that Steve Jobs' style, like he had all the same clothes in his wardrobe because he wanted to be so concentrated on his work that he didn't want to waste time in the morning choosing his outfit. So
Wow.
yeah, so he always had the same outfit so that in the morning he could get up, put on some clean clothes, and go to work without stopping and thinking about what to wear.
Seriously.
Yeah, it makes sense though. And if you notice, a lot of many CEOs and people with businesses always wear the same thing. They always have the same style.
Oh no, I like having like a different, I changing my style and I don't know,
Maybe this is a secret to being successful. Like you have to,
give up
yes,
fashion.
Just give up on fashion, exactly.
Though, in The Devil Wears Prada, she's a CEO and she's very
That's true.
successful and
Yeah.
wears beautiful clothes. But she's also Meryl Streep. Like,
She's also Meryl Streep. Like you can't argue with her.
yeah, you
Let's
can't
look at
really.
our second question. Write for us in the comments any rags to riches story that you can think of. Do you think it is easy? Oh, rags to riches. Meghan.
Meghan
Uh,
Markle
yeah.
is from a rich family.
Does she come from a rich family?
Yeah.
Oh, why did I think she? Oh, I thought she was a. She came from like from a poorer background.
No, she's actually very rich. Like,
Okay, fair enough.
yeah, one of those $1 million Americans.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh well, forget I said anything. Do you think it is easy for people to move up in the world? What is easy or hard about it? I think it's easier today than it was in the past.
Yeah. Do you think so? Wait, I was just like,
Yeah, I think so because in the past,
but with all this competition?
and I'm thinking that in the past, social class was a lot more important. Like if you were born working class, you stayed working class. You know, it was very difficult to break your social level.
Oh,
Whereas
the
now,
cast. Like you have
exactly,
in India.
yeah, it's very it was very difficult in the past to break your social caste. So whereas now this doesn't exist anymore, you can be born poor but also move up in the world. So in that sense, I think it's easier now because society is a lot more flexible.
Yeah. Oh, Clara says, let's put on the same clothes every day if it's the key to success.
Yeah, I mean, in these days, I'm wearing the same clothes every day, and I
Oh,
feel very successful. So,
very, very successful.
um,
Yeah. Oh, and another comment. I think it's not so easy for people because there is more competition than in the past. That's what I
yeah,
also felt, Clara.
yeah, there is definitely more competition. There are
So
more.
even though you can move up from castes, I
Yeah,
hate calling it that, from social levels,
yeah,
there is still a lot of competition. Like you can't as easily.
yeah. There are
There's still problems,
more
different
people,
ones.
and people are very qualified as well. Like, you go to
Yeah,
university, so many other people also have been to university. You get a master's degree, other people have one. So it's difficult to stay ahead of the pack, just to use one of our idioms from today.
exactly. But anyway, no, like maybe in the past you just needed enough to reach that level. You just maybe were born in the wrong situation, in the wrong family, in the wrong social level.
Could be.
Now you need to study and work until like your head explodes to become successful.
How successful,
The same
yeah.
way that Steve Jobs never like changed fashion.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's easier than in the past for some things, but also difficult for other things to move up in the world.
Exactly. You just have to, if anything, you can hide your past. It's very easy to hide your past.
Well, maybe it's not anymore because, social media,
Yeah.
it's the internet. It's actually possibly harder now to hide where you come from than in the past, because in the past you could just appear somewhere and invent your story, but
Oh,
now
true.
now you need to have your curriculum, you have social media, you can see where everybody
If
came from.
you're good enough with technology and with hacking, basically, you can just create your own. Uh,
Fair enough. Yeah, that's another good point. You can create your own history.
as you know, I watch a lot of serial killer documentaries and stuff like that. So it's, I know all the hacks basically.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at the final question. When you think about the top dog in a workplace, what type of person is he or she? Hmm.
Dedicated.
Yeah, absolutely. Dedicated. That's a good word. Um,
Mhm.
do you think they're necessarily ambitious?
Maybe you cannot be dedicated without being ambitious.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe dedicated is just the positive version of ambitious because ambitious has quite negative connotations, doesn't it?
Really?
Sometimes. I feel like ambitious sometimes can be quite negative. Like somebody is very fixed on what they want to do. But so maybe dedicated and ambitions are just two sides of the same coin.
Clara
Uh,
answered.
a top dog should be determined and self-assured. Nice answer. Very good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dedicated, ambitious. Um, I think maybe they also have possibly certain leadership qualities
Oh, I definitely, you need to be a good leader.
and to be good with other people, because in the end, if you're the top dog, it means that you're giving orders to others. So you need to know how to manage other people and you need to have certain people skills, right?
Exactly. Which is very difficult, in my opinion, because to be the top dog, to be the boss, you need to find the correct balance
Mhm.
between being friendly and being the boss. So not
Yeah.
superior, but giving orders.
In the workplace, yeah, superior in the sense of in a superior position in the
Mhm.
workplace, absolutely. And it's a fine line. And yeah, it's very difficult to achieve in the workplace.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Uh,
need to be like very, very good at it.
yeah, that's true.
Would you be able, Sophia,
Oh
to do
gosh,
that?
I don't know. I don't think I have that kind of ambition though. Like I'm ambitious in the sense that I want to do things for myself, but I don't think I have any leadership skills. I don't think I'd be good at managing other people. So
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be able to do it. Do you think you would?
Oh well, my dream job is becoming the Empress of Persia, so yeah.
So you'd be terrible at it, essentially.
Oh no, actually, I would just like I think I
I
would
don't
work well in a dictatorship.
I don't think emperors have great people skills. Dictators do not have people skills, that's for sure.
They actually do, dictators. They
No,
have
they do.
charisma.
That's different. Charisma is not people skills.
They can talk in a certain way that makes people want to follow them.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Do
Have
we
you
have
seen Jojo Rabbit?
not yet? I was going to go to the cinema to see it, but then obviously the cinemas all closed, so I couldn't go. But I really want to see it.
I can't
Do
wait
you
for
know?
it to pop out on the internet so I can
In
watch.
fact, that was going to be my next question. Do you know any places on the internet where we can watch it? If anyone
Oh,
knows any places on the internet where we can watch Jojo Rabbit, please comment it now for us.
I usually, if it's not on Netflix, on Amazon Prime, or on Sky, I usually try Put Locker.
Okay, yeah, I'll have a
Yeah,
look, see if it's
yeah.
there.
Oh, talking about movies, the other day I watched a horror called Midsommar.
Okay, what was
The one about a cult in Sweden, a pagan cult.
okay? Is it a
So
Swedish film?
no, it's actually American, but it's about a Swedish pagan cult.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was horrifying. So, what is a cult? How would you describe definition of a cult?
It's like a unofficial religion, I would say.
An
It's
official
a
religious group?
an unofficial religious group, I would say, is a cult.
Yeah, crazy
Maybe.
people stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Oh,
I
no,
would.
not even unofficial. Like usually they are extreme. They
They're
have,
ex-
yeah.
yeah. Clara agrees with you about Putlocker. It's a good website to find movies.
Mhm. Yeah, extreme
Um,
beliefs. Anyway,
yeah,
Clara, we have to say goodbye.
we have to go. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching our webinar and
Yeah,
answering the questions with us. Remember that in these days, if you are bored or you're studying English and you need help, we have the Myes SOS English Facebook group
yeah.
um, where you can post your questions about grammar and vocabulary, or you can help answer other people's questions as well.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Have a you too, Clara. Buon
Thank you
appetito.
very much. Have a nice dinner. Enjoy
Bye
your
bye.
tortilla, Sahar.
Thank you. Thank you. I will. I'm gonna try making it now.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening.